What's going on, guys? My name is Tom and welcome to a story video. Boy, I got a good story for you. Now, let's start with the story. This takes place back in the way ancient times of about 6 days ago. Now, I was still on vacation in Yellowstone, so we were starting our activities. We were in the Grand Tetons down in Wyoming, sort of in like western Wyoming. It was really nice out there, beautiful. I'm pretty sure you might have seen the clips if you watched the channel updates video. But but that's not the point. This was like the second to last day we were there, and we had gone to a horse ranch to ride horses. Now, we were actually going to ride this up a mountain, which was really high, and I'll just get to that soon. And okay, so when we got there, we checked in everything. Everything was good. And we were assigned to our horses. A lot of the horses were really nice and all that. And I get to my horse, and I get called out to my horse. I found out his name was Steve. And yes, this is his name. When I got on Steve, you know, he was really nice. He was staying still. Everything was good. And the guy who handed me on him said that Steve was a little slow. And I was like totally okay with that, you know. Okay, that doesn't sound much of a problem. So we begin going up, and at first I thought we would have to control it, which they told us how to do with the reins. So I thought I would have to control it. But when I was going up, I noticed that all the horses, you know, seemed to just know where they were going, which actually shouldn't have been a surprise anyway. The fact that they had been doing this for probably years, and they were probably used to the routine several times a day. So we were going up the mountain. Things were looking fine. Everything was just fine, except for Steve was just a little slow, and I was sort of lagging behind. I was between my brother and my dad. We get to the top. Everything's cool. The scenery is just ginormous, and you can see everywhere. It's incredible. But then this is where things start getting a little odd. As soon as we started going down the hill, things were, you know, we were a little more crowded because we were going downhill, and I was like squashed in between my brother in the front and my dad in the back. And then I noticed what happened was that Steve all of a sudden decided to, well, how would I put this? Go a little off-road. No, not a little off-road. I mean, like, you know, take a little bit of a side path, which was totally fine, you know. Maybe he was just going his own way. Maybe he was just a little independent. They did mention to me, after all, that he was a bit slow. Maybe that wasn't the only thing. But on top of that, yeah, the first thing was fine. Then things started getting a little weird. What happened is that first he started to walk into bushes off the trail, which is really weird. And as much as I tried, he would not listen and go to the right. He kept going to the left into the woods. And this happened, like, I gotta say, about over 10 times, like 10 or 11 times. Going down. Up was pretty normal, it was fine. But Steve was just weirding me out a bit, you know, like, why is he going off-road? Well, there's nothing wrong. Is he just taking his own path? And it goes as far as the point where he's literally crashing me into trees every few minutes, which was really not fun. We finally reached the end. I unhitched from Steve. I look back at the crowd, and Steve seems to be sort of alone. He sort of seems to be alone. Like, you could see all the horses in groups, but then Steve's just a little farther from everyone. Like, he looks like he's a loner. Like, 30 seconds after that, I'm told by my mom that apparently she talked to the guy, and it turns out, you're not gonna believe this, but Steve has problems with personal space. And it made a lot of sense. He was probably, when we were going downhill, everyone was like, you know, nose to butt. So he might have felt a little uncomfortable with that because he didn't have a lot of space. But other than that, Steve was a great horse. He was amazing. But that's pretty much it for this story. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like. If you really liked it, make sure to subscribe. Check out the other videos. And until then, I will see you guys next time.